मैं आपको धमकी दे रहा हूँ, मैं सब चला दूंगा, मैं बता रहा हूँ.
ठीक है, ऐसा कर लो.
You going to use these clippings? पूछ लिया मैंने सवाल, बताओ ना आप.
अच्छा पूछते हैं. Okay.
Did you force your people to donate to PMK fund or did you ask them to donate to PMK fund? Let's
Because,
not put him in an uncomfortable position.
Yeah, it was completely voluntary. You guys are busy, yeah? You're earning good.
Yeah. Don't make us talk, huh?
Nice is quite established in India across Pune, Bangalore, Mumbai and Delhi.
तो मतलब आपके एम्प्लॉयज को कंफ्यूजन नहीं होता होगा? I am being nice, I am in nice.
And we have a strong commitment to India market.
नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल. To all the CEOs, CXOs and CTOs and all the entrepreneurs, all the people who are their own bosses right now, आप सबने बर्तन धोए या नहीं अभी? You know, this might seem like a meme which is floating on the internet, but ask the people who are actually doing it. Jokes apart, but this is the breed of leaders who have the most responsibility of running their business. Because you know why? Their goals, I mean, their KRAs, all of us have KRAs, their KRAs are goal oriented, they're not work oriented. So they have to justify their big salaries, they have to justify their big designations by the number of goals they achieve. So how do these people in these times get ahead of their competition? Because competition is not resting, right? To talk just that, we have my friend Sanjay Gupta. Hi Sanjay, namaskar. संकट की घड़ी में आपका स्वागत है.
Hi Abhinav, nice to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Sanjay Gupta is the managing director of South Asia and Middle East of NICE Solutions. NICE is a worldwide leading provider of enterprise software solutions. काफी heavy word लगता है ये. NICE helps the world's largest organizations deliver better customer experience, and Sanjay will tell us how. NICE has about 25,000 clients globally, including 80 of the Fortune 100 companies using NICE solutions. They are using NICE solutions. His key focus areas are to drive NICE's marketing strategies, go-to-market investments, and customer satisfaction. He has more than 25 years of work experience and has been in leadership positions at companies such as Aspect Software, Dimension Data, and Avaya. Sanjay, मैंने तारीफ की ना?
अब तक तो ऐसा ही लग रहा है.
Okay. चलो अब आगे भी बात कर लेते हैं. How is the business going? What is the feedback you are getting from your clients? How are things going?
So I would say a lot of activity, right? Ever since this lockdown is announced, which is now third phase, pretty much month and a half, we've been busy. And everyone that I talked to, including myself, we have been much busier than ever before. And that's pretty much the case for every single employee of ours and customers and the friends that I talk to. How much it is translating into real business and what we are doing is, as you know, it depends on the organization to organization, definitely. But I think we've been helping a lot of our customers move into this new era of work from home. And that's sort of keeping us very, very busy globally.
Talking about NICE, but NICE in NICE systems, how do people ensure business continuity in these times, Sanjay? Because everybody's sitting at home, working from home, and the business still needs to run.
Sure. So if you look at this pandemic, essentially hit everyone by surprise, big surprise. Right? No one was really prepared. So pretty much everyone had to start moving from office to work from home within 24, 48 hours notice. So there was not a lot of planning which could be done. So it really caught by surprise to both the IT organization, the whole HR, as well as the employees all together. In first 3 to 4 weeks, everyone was only focused in bringing connectivity to people. How do I connect people? First 3-4 weeks was only focused on getting the laptop or desktop shipped to employees' homes, getting the connectivity established, secure high-speed connectivity and all that. And then the next phase, which came in lockdown 2.0, as when the lockdown was extended, was now that my employees are safe and my business is kind of running, how do I make it productive?
Yeah.
Right. That's the new worry that organizations have now. But am I working on a more secured way? Am I working on more productive way? And they are now exploring digital solutions around it. So if you just look at this whole piece, the digitalization essentially has been really, really ramped up with COVID-19 situation. It has accelerated in a big way, and people are sort of working towards it. So we have variety of solutions that we have extended to our customers.
You know, Sanjay, I keep talking to a lot of executives. We as business world also keep talking to a lot of people, and a lot of people in your positions and somewhat similar roles. The thing is that you can, of course, get people to work. You can get them to work आप उनको मॉनिटर कर सकते हो, बट आप उनका परफॉर्मेंस कैसे मॉनिटर करोगे? लाइक वहां पे तो आपके पास यू हैव दिस लग्जरी ऑफ सिटिंग इन एन ऑफिस एंड आस्किंग फॉर डेली रिपोर्ट्स, बट हियर यू आर नॉट एबल टू सी योर एम्प्लॉइज 24 hours or maybe 8 hours a day. So how do you ensure that not only continuity but also productivity is at par, and especially the pre-COVID times, it matches that? How does one ensure that?
Sure, no, absolutely. So if you look at when we were working from offices, we had all the tools that were available to us, right? Both from productivity side of it as well as security side of it. Now, when I mean security, it's not just employee security, it's also about your data security, because that's very, very important for the work that you do. So first phase, as I mentioned, was connectivity. So we pretty much helped globally our customers. We extended our cloud contact center environment, free pretty much for 60 days to almost every customer that was needing it. And that is continuing to do. And we have thousands and thousands of employees who are now connected to our cloud solutions immediately. What it gives is, it gives them the same look and feel and tools that they were using in the office. Because it's working through cloud, and we use technologies. So we have variety of tools which are helping customers determine what the employee is actually doing. So we are pretty much able to clock every single thing that employee is actually doing, and also bucket this into productive and non-productive times as the organization might be.
You can segregate and monitor. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely. And then you're able to then discuss with the employees and see what's happening there, right? And it's also helping in environments wherein people are paying by performance or paying by productivity and so on and so forth. And they are not so well versed with your systems and tools because they need training. So they've been trained probably virtually, but they don't have the luxury of picking up the phone or walking up to a colleague and saying, hey, can you tell me how to do this? So they are struggling, and you are able to even track those movements as well, because if someone is taking longer than usual or longer than the stipulated time on a particular application, there is a training opportunity here. So you're able to infer it in different ways and thereby helping the employees.
When did NICE come into existence?
NICE has been in business for over 35 years.
Say 19, somewhere in 80s?
Yeah, pretty much that time. We've been in India for almost 17, 18 years.
Oh, you came late, man. Henry Kissinger would have been really happy to have you. In his times, he would have done what he did. एकदम मतलब दुनिया ही बदल गई होती. Henry Kissinger would have been really delighted to have people like you. Yuval Noah Harari recently, in an interaction with a big media house in Sydney, I think US maybe, he said that work from home will become the new norm going ahead. And many people are predicting that by 2025, work from home will become a new reality in times to come. Now, you're a thought leader in this space. What do you think? What kind of communication modules will the world need, and how will these modules evolve as we go ahead?
So in my view, if you look at this new normal, as everyone calls it, is here to stay. Right? Okay. We already are hearing about many organizations discussing and thinking that at least between 15 to 40% of their workforce will continue to work from home going forward as well. Right? Businesses have been impacted completely in these times. And even if lockdown is lifted, the business is not going to be same as before for a long time. So everyone has to decide as to, what's the new mantra for solutions are, right? And what is the kind of business that you need to take. And those measures have to be brought into the new work culture that you have. So in my view, work from home is here to stay, depending on the role of the employee again, right? I've seen situations in our own wherein we never thought that our R&D organization can actually operate from home. But today I can tell you from mid of March, 100% of NICE employees are actually working from home across the functions. And it's working absolutely fine. The danger of COVID-19 is not gone away completely, even though the restrictions will be relaxed. So I think by the time we are out of it, maybe, who knows, no one can predict it, but maybe it's end of the year. And by then, I think a lot of these new things will become way of life for us.
Which will be like, I don't know how to ask this, because which will be the most prominent tools which you think NICE will be a catalyst in times to come when it comes to communication modules? I mean, you have some products which are prepared just for the future.
No, absolutely. I think.
Hang on, you said no, absolutely. Or whether it's yes, absolutely.
No, it is. You're absolutely right. We are right NICE is in the right place, right time. Let me put it this way. Right. Today, if you look at, as I just mentioned before, we are a significant player when it comes to our cloud solutions, and these are all applications delivered on cloud, which are absolutely ready for environments like these. And we have seen tremendous amount of growth in last 1.5 months. Right. We have enabled a huge amount of people and agents remotely immediately. I can just give you an example. I mean, when we came out with some of the offers for our customers, we were moving their existing contact center into cloud in just flat 48 hours, which is
48 hours, you say?
Yes, which is absolutely brilliant thing to do. I don't think it could have been done ever before, right? And we have done that, and we have now taken their even advanced applications in flat 60 days. So we have sort of been at forefront in doing this because cloud consumption is the fastest way to adopt, and we are able to do that. That's number one. Number two, we are also offering, as I mentioned, some of these desktop analytics-based solutions which are able to monitor the productivity of the employees and also measure the SLAs that the employee is delivering. And these can be definitely measured. The third piece is the remuneration based on the productivity and gamification. So how do you really motivate your employees in doing this? So, we have tools which offer gamification. They offer, there are organizations who pay by the productivity. I mean, their payroll is completely linked to some of the tools that we delivered. And all of these are available on cloud, and we have sort of extended that. There's another piece that we have done is that we introduced the solution about, a couple of years ago, what we call as Employee Engagement Manager, right? Now, what it basically does is it essentially gives a flexibility to an employee to choose the number of hours and when the employee would like to work. Okay. And this is so relevant in today's time because, people have to deliver their household personal things, right? I mean, you're in a family, right? You talked about washing utensils. Maybe I need to deliver and take a break and do that for a couple of hours in the day, right? So how do I choose my flexible hours? So we sort of created these tools and we have handed over to employees wherein through their mobile phone, they are able to choose the times when they can take break. And so that the number of people online at one time doesn't go away. And, they are able to shift and trade the shifts also. So, this brings tremendous amount of flexibility and also, helps the employees to manage their personal and professional life. Okay. Likewise, we came up with our personal assistant AI bot called Niva. We call it NICE Employee Virtual Assistant. It's coming very handy at this time, wherein it is aiding all the employees to do their work more efficiently. Because Niva is able to do a lot of other work that employees are trying to fetch information or fill anything internally, and so it can sort of predict, and it is AI based, so it obviously can predict what the employee is doing and help in delivering those levels, service levels to employees. So variety of solutions. Another piece that we are also measuring and helping is to see employee overall morale and health. So we have introduced a solution called Voice of Employee. So you can think about it like an NPS survey of the employees and not your customers, right? So how are they feeling? What difficulties they are facing? Are they equipped with the right tools and technologies and connectivity, or how they personally feeling it? So employee can actually voice their opinion to the organization on different parameters that you would like to measure, and then corrective actions can be taken accordingly.
संजय बेयर खोलें फिर, काफी बात हो गई.
Inshallah.
Sanjay, times are changing very drastically, and customers in the coming times will not be physically coming to your place to experience your product. They will be sitting at a distant place and would want to experience it. How do you see customer behavior changing in the coming times, and how can better technology solutions be offered to them to enhance their customer experience at the place where they are placed?
Sure. So if you look at, even before COVID, we were experiencing tremendous experience transformation. Now that was essentially happening because of the new technologies that are coming in, as well as the generation, right? The millennials and the Gen Z which are coming in. Now this COVID situation essentially has accelerated this in a big way, right? I feel that our digitization in contact center is suddenly taking a huge jump. Customers are now, even than before, collaborating with different type of channels and interacting with the organization. It's no longer just the voice. So it's email, chat, mobile app, video, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, Facebook, Messenger, you name it, right? And they can pick up any channel and they can interact with you, and then they would like to obviously have a consistent experience. So that's a challenge for organization, and that's where we are helping them in sort of giving them a very full-blown omni-channel suite, which essentially takes care of almost like 30 digital channels. And customers can actually traverse from one to another, and the organizations will still be able to serve them in one context. So that's a big change that we are seeing.
Sanjay, one of the pain points for the biggest brands in the world has been loyalty from customers, and of course customer retention, brand loyalty and customer retention. How does one ensure these two parameters to the fullest in these tough times?
Sure, Amir. So
any way to
if you look at customer retention, brand loyalty was always there and will continue to stay.
No, right? But in these tough times, people will be retracting faster because
definitely
the mind is working in a different state of mind.
Absolutely, and different companies will try different tactics to win over customers.
Yeah, and customers would want to shift their choices because right now the mind is already at different places. So what I'm talking about is more of a psychological thing rather than the lack of service or maybe service not available on time. So how should brands deal with that?
Right. I think brands can use some of the tools that are available, which can predict some of these models, right? Through the indirect behavior of the customer. But the biggest danger comes in when there is an indirect feedback, right? Which is by word of mouth, or which is, a very neutral feedback, wherein I'm not really sure I want to continue with this brand and maybe I'll look for alternatives. And it is a very difficult choice for customers, for organizations to make, to understand this, right? And that's where we help them with a lot of AI-based analytics solutions, right? Interaction analytics solutions, which essentially deliver this inherent insights into your customer interactions. So what it essentially does is all the digital channels and voice channels and video channels, we are able to scan and give you the insight around what's happening on those interactions. Which are the customers who are likely to move away from you? Which are the customers who are unhappy with you? Which are the customers who are, speaking about your competitor? Customers who are not happy in terms of any particular service that you have delivered, right? Even though they have been a long-standing customers. So these insights are on a regular basis based on the interactions we are able to give. At the same time, we are also able to assess the quality of those interactions, because, service could be all good, but just the interaction with the agent wasn't very good and the customer didn't like it. So how is your brand interacting with the customer also is important to see, whether it is, following your, the yardstick that you have laid and so on and so forth. So all of these pieces, the quality pieces, as well as the interaction pieces, we are able to deliver this in a more proactive way to the organizations, who then can take corrective actions. A lot of customers still like to call the bank, even though there are tools and technologies available to call whether their salary has been credited or not. Right? So people are obviously taking advantage of proactive text messages, emails going in that your salary is credited, and so on and so forth, so that you are able to reduce this conversation. Secondly, many times you are able to not understand that how many, given everything equal, right? My products and services are very similar to what my competitor is, but how am I able to retain this customer for a longer time? Now that can only happen is when the quality of each interaction, what's happening. Because when you have so much of similarity between your competitors, then it only takes one experience for your customer to move away, right? And in India, it's always a combination of service and price, both, right? People can move and shift their loyalty just for a small sum. So it's almost important for you to be at it every time and, be consistent all the time. So that's why these tools help you to give you those insights proactively, so that you are able to change your models. You're able to proactively take actions in terms of reaching out to those customers and, overwhelming them, communicating them, and whatever else that you want to do with them. So that you're able to do. In addition to that, we are also able to help organizations in acquiring some of the customers as well, right? You will see that as we go along in this whole COVID situation, you will find that remote selling or virtual selling also will become very prominent across the sector, whether it is insurance, mutual funds, or NBFC or anything else. People will actually do telesales to you a lot, and there also we help organizations to know how effective at that selling being, right? How do we improvise on those sales, which is very important because you have to keep your costs down as well as you have to increase your revenue. So there are a variety of AI-based analytics solutions that we offer, which are able to sort of maintain this and give you insight in your business much ahead before the damage is done, so that you're able to take proactive actions.
Not as a CEO, but as an individual who's aware, who understands technology, which according to you will be the 5 sectors who will adopt technology and communication technology fastest?
Sure.
I mean, as a CEO of NICE, so you will want everyone, even an agriculture farmer, even a weed peddler, to adopt your technology. But, when it comes to individual intelligence, who do you think, which sectors will be the fastest?
ठीक है, ऐसा कर लो.
पूछ लिया मैंने सवाल, बताओ ना आप.
अच्छा, पूछ लिया. Okay. So the sectors that will adopt some of the new technologies faster, in my opinion, are obviously IT and IT-enabled services, IT services companies, telecom, banking, financial, NBFCs, e-commerce, retail. These are some of the companies which are directly linked with B2C, will definitely adopt this much faster, in my opinion. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
This was really fun. Bye, Sanjay. Thanks a lot.